Okay, so this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb. I'm doing another video today, and I actually wanted to take a little bit more of a break, but because of what's going on right now and the information that I saw this morning, I've been praying and asking the Lord what I should do here and looking at a couple other things as well. And like I said with my previous videos, I don't know the future. So, but I do see things happening, and I don't know the timing on it, but I'm always speculating on some things. So, this is another speculation. And listen, if nothing happens here today or tomorrow, and I was kind of basing it on as far as a possibility with the Krakatoa information that I'd researched and things, and then I got confirmation in a couple different ways from Julian T and from one of my subscribers, which is pretty crazy. And I'm pretty confident that some of that information is going to happen. I just don't know. I continually say I don't know the timing, but I'm pretty sure that Helena Slump is targeted, and we will have it basically perform that ritual sacrifice of that goat and sheep and all that stuff. So, but right here we have, guess what? This wee little sprite right here, and it's basically Miriam. Uh, uh, Storm Miriam, man. Uh, and right away, I mean, I know what Miriam means. It's basically Mary. And let me just say a couple of the meanings of Miriam. One is sea of bitterness or sea of sorrow, which is pretty crazy. Wished for child. Basically in Hebrew, it's pretty much agreed by a lot of people that it means rebellion. That's pretty crazy. Another definition that I saw, which was pretty much the last one I saw, was mistress or lady of the sea. And that struck me. I'm like, wow, especially mistress. And this whole thing with iPad Goat, and there's a old prostitute in this basically tower, and then she gets hit by light from this hurricane hand that I showed in my last video, and I probably will show it again here just for the heck of it. And so, man, that's crazy. So, this is a very big possibility, but I wasn't seeing very much in iPad Goat. I did see a couple things that I thought, and I kind of put in my back pocket in case it went a little bit longer. I thought it could be longer. So I want to show you those things, a couple things right now. But right here, where it is right now, it's about a week away, roughly. And if you kind of push it out there, because these are just predictive models, they're not very accurate when you get to a week or more. They're not even very accurate beyond a couple days, really. But you get up here, and I got to look at some other models as well. But when you get out here, it goes up north quite a bit. But anyway, based on where we're at, it's about a week, a little bit more. So I was looking at 9/3, which is of course September 3rd, or the equivalent to that in the Chinese calendar, lunar calendar, would be 7, still the 7th month, 24, 7/24. So I'm like, okay, is there equivalent to that in iPad Goat? I did see a couple things, so I'm going to get into that here in just a second here. Okay. Okay, so here's iPad Goat again. The couple slides I'm going to talk about here. So we have the goat again, and what I had thought about before, and I mentioned this to a few people, and I didn't want to go out too far because and certain things kind of lined up better. I also was trying to find more coordinations with the light side of the coin than just doing so much dark side of the coin, because in a way we're kind of fortunate that we have this iPad Go being a timeline, even though it's sick and I hate it in a lot of ways, and I hate going through it in some ways as well. But I feel like it's given us some ideas of what's coming and the timing. I mean, we're not going to go past 2018. We're in 2018, and this pretty much shows the fall of 2018, because you can't go many months past where it's at. This is definitely the 6th month. This is the 7th month right next, and all that kind of stuff. So we're running out of time. Now, it could go another month into September, and that would be probably the farthest out I could even see it going, really. And of course, 2018 is that's it for the year. There's no other years depicted. And anyway, that's been proven. Just go to JK Bugout, and he'll show you those details if you want to. I have in my last video about this, I have those links in my description box. So, but let me just go over this real quick. So the reason why I thought, and I have thought this as a possibility for a few months, because when I came to the understanding of these eyes, the goat eyes being a hurricane, two hurricanes, I thought about a third hurricane. And the reason why was because, you have these eyes, hurricane, basically. So they're going like this, right? They're spiraling. And then this head does this big spiral like that. And so then I thought, hey, it could be a third hurricane. And then it would still be in the same month, okay, which is G, which is the 7th month, okay? And then you're looking at a different date besides 7/17, okay? And there's so many things with 7/17 and some other stuff. And I was like, oh, this could really be it. And so let's just go with that for now and let's see how it goes. But, if you look at the G, it's also an upside down 9. This one right here, this guy right here. It's upside down 9 like this. And, that's a kind of a digital 9. It's kind of squared off too. So a digital 9 is kind of like this, like that. Anyway, so that's a digital 9. There's some that just do a straight line here, but not very many. A lot of them just do this because it looks like a 6 or a 9. If you turn it upside down, it's kind of the same looking thing. So that's 9. And then, let's go back to the 7. So the 7, and then, we'd have to have a 24. So the 24. And so I don't see that. 24 could be represented by X because X is the 24th letter of the alphabet. I don't see that here. I don't see an X. If anybody sees anything else, I'm getting some different things from different subscribers, which is cool about having more subscribers. People bring me stuff and really great stuff sometimes. Sometimes not so great, but, thank you for all your efforts. I really appreciate it. And I want more understanding on a lot of this stuff. So if you see anything in here that I don't see, just throw it out there. Hey, you never know. And I'll see if it makes sense, And so anyway, I don't see that here, but I do see 9, and I do see 3 possibly. So right here, touching the G, the 7th, is this, which is the 9 upside down. So you have the 9, and then touching this is this goatee, or this goat beard, whatever you call it. If it's a goatee, I don't know if that's what you call that, because people get goatees, but I don't know. It makes sense. This is a crescent moon shape, but it's also a C. So C is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. Okay, so that's 9/3, which is about a week from now. Okay, so that's very possible. I mean, that's very possible. This is upside down. The G is 7, and it's also upside down 9, which is 9. And then this is a C, which is crazy too, is because I actually looked this up that a while back. Actually, this is a crescent-shaped moon. It's really weird, and I looked at it up recently, and this 9/3, there'll be a crescent-shaped moon about like this size, like that, on that day. And not in that side, not, crescent moon going this way, it's that way. So, and it's touching the G here, or the 9 upside down. So 9/3. That is very possible. So, this is looking like it's a very good possibility. And again, it's even stronger than Lane. Lane, I actually look at some farther back etymology. Is that how you say it? Anyway, and lane I could kind of trace back to long and narrow. So lane is a narrow road necessarily. It can also be a narrow item, which some were showing, I forget what the derivation was, but it was spear. Like a spear that, it's like a warfare kind of thing. So lane could be also spear, which is crazy too. So, but that wasn't as clear as Miriam. I mean, Mary, the mother of the Messiah. And so that would make sense that this mistress or lady of the sea, or sea of bitterness or rebellion, would be the mother of the antichrist, the false Messiah. I mean, are you kidding me? You can't write... I mean, when I saw that, I'm just like, really? You're going to make it that obvious? That's crazy. So, that's super obvious. I mean, So here we go. So this is definitely possibly here. In fact, I'm thinking more and more now I'm talking about it, that's very possible. If this doesn't happen here, if nothing happens here in the next couple of days, then this would be the time to look for. I'm telling you, this is pretty crazy. So again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the future. I'm just like a detective detecting, or an attorney trying to figure out how to prosecute this case. And and like I showed before on the beginning of my last video, the 2 videos ago, the big one I did in midnight, and it took hours to do. These are breadcrumbs. You don't get the whole picture. It takes a while. You add things to understanding and more things to understanding, and which means in the process you're going to have an incomplete picture. Which means it's kind of like if you're doing a puzzle and you have pieces, are you going to just go, okay, you have pieces? Let's say you have half the puzzle done. Okay, I know the picture. No, you don't. Well, you have a box and it shows you the picture, but let's just say you do a puzzle without the box. You want to really see how good of a puzzle you are. Do a puzzle without the box, and that's kind of what we're doing here. Actually, that's what a lot of people are doing with the truth, with the Bible, with life, with this. It's a bunch of pieces and you got to try to put a picture together. And this is a process of your life. You got to try to put pieces together and make a picture of what is the truth. So, that's what we're doing here. That's what I'm doing here, and that's what I thank you for your help doing here. And Julian T's help, and J.K. Bugout, and all these different people, and my subscribers, and all this stuff. And it's a contributive effort. So thank you so much. Now let's go to this next thing. Okay, let's go past this. Okay, so, and I've looked at this before actually. So, and I kind of held this one in my back pocket as well. So I immediately went to this as a possibility, but I didn't really think about it associating together. So remember when I said this is a 7 upside down, but this thing sticks out right here. So, and I gotta put my hand down a little bit better. So that's mark, and that's a mark. So that's an X. And X equals 24. It's the 24th XYZ, 24th letter of the alphabet. And because that's black, this is black also, the 7 over here. So 724. Which is crazy. Okay, there's not a lot of possibilities in this thing. There's not a lot of different shapes and stuff that could be a lot of different. So people say, oh, you can find stuff wherever you look. No, that's not the case. No, if it was Obama sitting on a chair in a garden with leaves all around him, yeah, you could find a lot of different pictures in there. And there are pictures in there, and they show he's the Antichrist in so many ways. It's pretty straight. It's pretty crazy. But I would get the argument a little bit more that you can kind of see a lot of things in it. But this, there's only so many shapes and so many things. You can't find certain things in this. You just can't. Especially this picture, for example, and others. So 724, yeah, the 7th lunar month, the 24th day is 9/3. So, that's crazy. And then when this thing splits open, like I said, it shows 8 a couple different ways, and then the 2 seeds and then 1 seed. So 821 was going to tie into Hawaii. Again, this is multi-layered, and there's different things going on all at the same time. So this is not only the 7, but it's also L and then C, which is lunar calendar. And then we have 7 upside down, and then we have X here, possibly 724. So, and then this is crazy too, because we're getting a lot closer to the Feast of Trumpets, which I think is very possibly the next feast to be fulfilled. The first 4 feasts were fulfilled, and the last one was was Pentecost, and that was fulfilled, in the first century, basically, or began the first century. So basically, we have the next one, which is the Feast of Trumpets, which is yet to be fulfilled. So we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of that, and I actually have a video I have in mind to put together, but it's going to take me a while. So I have so much time, and I have to spend time with my family and rest and all that stuff. So, but I think possibly we're on the outside of leaving here, the bride of Christ leaving on the Feast of Trumpets. I can't imagine it going any farther, but again, I may be wrong, but I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty confident of that. And again, so we'll see. We will see. But I wanted to show you this here and throw out a couple things. So this is all possibilities. So I don't want everybody going, oh, this is definitely going to be the time today and tomorrow. I mean, or today or tomorrow. What, I don't know. There's a number of reasons for today or tomorrow, and I showed those in my video. Like I said, this is going to happen. I really believe this is going to happen. There's too much invested in this, and I showed more evidence in my last videos that this is just a plan, this is a process. And these three, if it is these full three hurricanes, it's their part of their religion. They are ridiculous with their religion on their timings and their announcement of this guy coming, the antichrist, and all that kind of stuff. And then I want to find a little bit more about the light side of the coin as things with God, with this timing and all that kind of stuff too. So that could be possibly coming as well. So, but I want to throw that out there and let you know, and put that in your, in your mind as a possibility. So this is, what's going on here at this point. So thank you so much for everything. And this is where I'm going to end it. So this is the Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.